I don't really have any special plans for this episode other than working on our Mega City project here at Spawn Chunks. But what I do have plans for is next episode, because I'm sure many of you guys have realized that the next episode is 50, the big 50. I've got some stuff planned for that episode. It's going to be pretty fun. I can't wait to get episode 50 out. Oh wait, what am I talking about? I do have plans for this episode. I want to finish the interior of this bank and the exterior, because as you can see, I need to do some terraforming here. Uh, and then the inside of this bank is going to be a big villager trading hall. And then I think I said a couple episodes ago that I feel like the bank should have other buildings like behind it and stuff. I'm thinking maybe we build like a couple other buildings, one for like the villager breeder and another building for the like zombification chamber and the curing chamber, you know? And then we kind of surround them around the bank here, and then we have a transportation system through the back of the bank that leads them all to their cubbies in this bank. But before we get into the bank stuff, I think first I might do a bit more work around the buildings here. I think to kind of finish off this little alleyway here, we can finish this big red building. I don't know why I outlined it in red. It's just kind of, I want it to stick out. I want it to be different from the regular like medieval houses. And then this is just going to be a kind of normal building like these other ones. So let's jump into a time lapse of this, kind of finishing up these two. So let's get to work on that. So right when I was getting ready to actually start building up these buildings, I had a bit of a change of plans. The buildings seemed a little small and I wasn't entirely sure what I wanted to do with them, but I did know that somewhere in the city I wanted to have a church. So I decided to demolish one of the building's outlines and combine the space with the red outlined building to make a giant church. So that's actually what I'm building up here. So I'm sure I explained it in the time lapse, the kind of changes I made. I decided to get rid of one of those buildings and make one large church. I have wanted to make a church like this somewhere in the city. I just didn't know where. And I figured right before I started work, I was like, well, this red outlined building, I want it to be some kind of stone building, so let's just make a giant church. Let's just combine the two and make a nice looking church. And I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. I think it's pretty cool. I honestly do. I think it's pretty good. I really actually like it a lot. And me saying that is really, really rare. Usually I don't like what I build. So it's really, really nice to be happy with something. It looks cool. It looks cool. You know, I'm patting myself on the back just this one time. It looks really cool. But obviously there are still some unfinished things about it. One, I need to do the windows, but I didn't want to leave this area during the time lapse, obviously. And if I press the pause recording button, it messes up like my position. It's hard to explain, but I need the windows, but I needed to get dye for it, and I didn't know what to do. And I also want to go to a stronghold and get some mossy stone bricks from that, because I want to start incorporating the different kinds of stone into the actual stone brick stuff here, because it just makes sense. Though I'm noticing there's a bit of an unfinished thing there, which I should fix. And then again, this suffers from the same problem where it's like not connected to the floor. That is going to be something I am going to do right in a second here. In a second, I'm going to fix that on all buildings. We have lots of touching up to do around the edges of buildings, especially the bank and especially the church, but there's a little bit over in that area as well. However, before I get to work on all the sidings of this little plaza here, I want to actually finish this like block of buildings. Because you see, we have this block that's split between this big kind of plaza, and then this road here loops around it. So I want to finish these two buildings, which I'll probably combine into one. I am really enjoying myself here, by the way. Like, I am having more fun working on this than I have on the Frozen Fortress or the Wither Volcano. Honestly. This is such a fun project for me to work on, and I didn't think it would be. Oh yeah, and there's the interior. I forgot about the interior. Now we've got like the, I don't know what it's called. You know, the churches have those fancy colored windows. Am I offending people? Yeah, that's cool with the colored window. This is actually a really cool view. This is a really cool view when you're coming up this road. There's the church. Let's go to the Stronghold now. I cooked some stone bricks, so that should have given me... Yeah. So I have some cracked, so we'll just get the mossy stuff for now. Mossy's just a pain because you need vines for it, and it's like, I don't want to get vines. At least I'm pretty sure that's what it is. And because I'm using Silk Touch, it kills the silverfish, so I don't have to worry about infested blocks. Yeah, that's enough for now, I think. Yeah, that's good enough for now. Oh my god. This must be a marker for the Stronghold that I placed back in, like, episode 3. I forgot about that. The Grand Castle's right over here. Like, if I fly through this desert... That's a ruined portal I've never... How have I never seen this? Imagine if there was actually a god apple in there. But yeah, the Grand Castle's right over here. Like, you see the marker for the Stronghold? The Grand Castle's, like, over here. It's, like, just out of render distance. Any second now. Just show up. There it is. Also, next episode, for episode 50, I'm announcing what we're doing here, because this project has been left unfinished long enough. I'm not saying I'm getting to work on it next episode, I'm just saying I'm telling you guys what I'm doing here next episode. I mean, it's hardly noticeable, but in some areas I added the stuff for it. But I think I'm going to try and finish up, again, the rest of this little quadrant I've been building here. These two buildings, which are definitely subject to change their shape and size. So I'll probably combine it into one building or something, I don't know, but I'm just going to get to work on it. Okay, so this building here is complete, and I'm not entirely sure what I think about the copper, especially. I didn't have to go mine much. This was only like a couple stacks, I think. Somewhere around a couple stacks of copper ore. So I literally just went to my deep slate mine, and I just looked around that. There was a cave connecting to it, so I looked around there a bit until I got a couple stacks, and then I stole stairs from the Grand Castle, because I had some copper in the build over there, so I had enough for this. But you're also probably thinking, wait, I thought you were going to build a second one. I decided I'm not going to. I'm going to build, like, a little grassy area to go with the church, with some, like, mini trees and such, and then there'll probably be some sort of, like, little, and then there's going to be a little kind of thing that comes up here, and then there's going to be a small grassy area along the side of the church here until this alley, and then there'll be like a wall here that connects up to the grassy area. And then yeah, then we can do all the stuff on the inside here, fix up the alleyways, because all of these buildings for this little block will have been completed. However, some of you very observant viewers might have noticed something in that time lapse, and that is my cape. Look at that. Look at that cape. Isn't that fucking awesome? So because of the migrator cape that you get when you transfer your Mojang account to a Microsoft account, you can now do this. However, it's not a texture pack. I got this base cape texture from somewhere on Reddit, but the user was deleted, so I can't credit them because I can't see that, like, they deleted their account. And then I created these elytra textures. Yeah, so I found the cape textures, just this cape, and then I had to create the elytra textures here based off the cape. And it was pretty fucking annoying, to say the least, because I've never done anything like this, and it was super infuriating to try and get right. I can't really just link a download page for you guys to get this, because, again, it's not a texture pack. It's a lot more complicated to get this cape than it is to, like, just download my texture pack, you know? So I might make like an unlisted YouTube video that you can access in the description of my videos that kind of shows how to get this cape, because it's kind of complicated, and it doesn't just work with this cape. It works with any cape. You can just apply any cape as long as you have the migrator cape. There weren't really any tutorials that I could find on YouTube as well, so I had to figure out most of it on my own, but eventually I got there, and we have this. And also, I was gonna wait till October to put on the Halloween skin, But if people in my neighborhood are putting up their Halloween decorations, I think it's close enough to where I can equip the Halloween skin. Okay, it looks a lot stupider seeing it in-game. But, yeah, as you can see, orange shirt, darker pants, all the white on the skin is turned to like a gray. The jacket's torn up. The G on the back is different. And as you can see, I'm half skeleton, so yeah, my skin was kind of torn off on one side. Again, it seemed cool at first, but now that I'm actually wearing it, it just seems a little bit silly. Like, I don't know. But I think the cape is going to work very well with it. Yeah, the cape kind of fits the color and everything. So, I mean, I guess this is the Halloween skin. Yeah, yay. And before we move on to trying to finish up the entirety of the bank and the villager stuff, we need to finish up this small plaza of buildings. I need to finish the path all the way around. I need to do the grassy areas. I need to do the other alleyways that go in between everything, like this one. So, let's quickly do all that before we move on to the villager stuff. Alright, so as you can see, I've been doing some work here, and honestly, I think I really like what I've done. So, the most obvious stuff I've done is in front of the church here. Well, apart from me doing the paths. I have this little thing over here, which is just a little bit of a gardeny area thingy. And then I have this, which is just a bigger version of it. I wasn't sure if I was gonna, I didn't actually plan on using azaleas and moss stuff for this. My plan was to make little custom spruce trees, but then I got the idea. I first just started using moss, and then I was like, oh hey, I might as well try azalea trees, and I like them, so I think I'm gonna keep it for now. We're gonna go with it, and then the biggest change, or I think it's one of the biggest changes anyways, if I come down here, you're going to notice when I come up from the main alley on the left here, lots of stuff has changed down here. So, I want to make this city kind of feel more alive than just have some buildings here and then an empty path. So I added a lot of barrels and stuff, and then I tried to add a bit of more kind of story and character to it. So it's like, part of the roof seems messed up, so they have scaffolding to get up onto the roof, you know? And they store scaffolding and stuff back here. And some of the stone is cracking and stuff, and the moss is creeping down, so we have this here. Same with this over here, and then we have, like, I don't know, banner stuff hanging from here. And similar to these signs, I don't know if I'm going to keep it because, you know, it just kind of floats because it doesn't connect to the sign. But then we have main plaza down, so, like, this way. And then it says Harpy Street. I'm just kind of naming the streets randomly. So this big main path here is Harpy Street. And then we have another one here. The church is up this way. And the main plaza is to the left. So, yeah, we're going to be kind of doing this sort of stuff along all of the paths. We're going to make it feel very crowded, very alive. But I just haven't done it with these paths yet because I want to make sure all the buildings along the path are finished first. So that's why I was able to do this little alley thingy, because all the buildings are finished. But then stuff like over here, I'm waiting till I finish it. For the most part, I still did some of this stuff here, but yeah. And I think I like it. I think it looks good. I think it definitely adds to the church, just seeing the leaves and stuff there. Oh yeah, and also update on the copper. A lot of it's becoming weathered, especially over here. Pretty much all of it's weathered almost. On this side specifically, I don't know why. But this side specifically is more weathered than any other part of the bank roof. Or sorry, it's exposed. It's exposed stuff, right? Yeah, not weathered. Weathered is stage 3. And I think, yeah, some of the copper over there has started to kind of get weathered a bit. And also, I did edit the azalea trees. The azalea trees, for some reason, when you grow them, they have like a very blocky shape, and I don't know why, but it was basically like a cube of leaves on top. So I kind of edited them to have that azalea style still, but they're not like giant cubes, you know. So this is where it stands for now. I probably will still have to do some of the interiors of these buildings because, like, in some places you can clearly see inside and there's nothing. But the church is definitely something I want to do an interior for. But I think I'm going to save a lot of the interior work for another episode. So yeah, very happy with this part of the village we've made so far. I really like it. I really do. And I feel like once the whole island is covered in similar buildings, this is going to really be a cool build. Let's try and do some stuff with the interior of the bank now. I might need more deep slate. I definitely need more deep slate. God, when will the deep slate mining end? I hate deep slate mining. Let's go do that, I guess. Alright, so the basic trading hall is built up, and basically how it works is the villagers are going to somehow get up into this, probably with a minecart that just goes to the wall, and they'll fall through into their pod. And when they hit that bit of string, the roof closes over them, right? And then beneath them, you can see there's a little passageway down there. There's actually going to be a zombie down in that passageway. And when I flick this lever, the villager drops down, as you can see. You see how that goes down? So that'll drop and allow the zombie to infect the villager, and then when he comes back up, I can cure him right here. Again, this design is by Logical Geek Boy. If you want to build it for yourself, a link to the tutorial will be in the description. And there will also be a link to the tutorial by Shulkercraft for a villager breeder, because I'm going to build this up right now. Everything I need should be right in here. Yeah, looks like it. So this is just going to be built, like, right around here somewhere. So I think how this kind of stuff works is that there's just, like, 2 villagers in here, and then they farm, and then they breed because they get food, and then the baby somehow gets out while the adults can't. I think that's how it works. Oh, we have our first bit of weathered copper. So this is the second to last stage. After this, it becomes fully oxidized, and I think that's the only one that's weathered at the moment. Everything else is still, whatever this is called. Exposed copper. Yeah, so from what I understand, there's 2 villagers in here, which are kind of farming and doing whatever. And then they breed, and then the baby's like, oh, let me go to the bed. Oh, no, I've fallen. Oh, what's this? And then I push that button, and a minecart comes out, and it grabs the villager and, like, pushes them through the wall over there. So I think that's how this works. Alright, we just gotta add the villagers now. Let's go, buddy. Off you go to your new life. Or not. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. How do you go backwards? How do you even manage that? Of course he picked up the carrot. What an asshole. And there we go. Are you gonna take the job? Hello? Sir? There you go. Okay, so yeah, now it's all set up. It's gonna work, I think, and I hope. So we're gonna leave the rest of the villager stuff for next episode because I'm tired and I need to end this episode. And I'm gonna get this video out at a somewhat decent time if I end it tonight. So, yeah, we got actually a decent amount of progress done here in the city. I'm very happy with the way this is looking. I wasn't sure at first with the azalea trees, but I'm liking this, and I can't wait to finish off the rest of the city and cover it all, the entire island, in buildings. But without spoiling what's going on next episode, for episode 50, we're likely not going to be building at all. We're probably going to be doing other things, and I'm just so excited to begin the next video because, well, it's episode 50. So on that note, I'm going to leave this episode here. So thank you all for watching this episode of Minecraft Hardcore. If you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like to let me know, and subscribe if you want to see more videos from the series and content similar to this. See you guys next time.